Namaskar. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Thank you all for having me here. As we are going forward with the various aspects of our inner self, I recollect Guru Garu saying that you don't have to go to any museum outside. He says, you as well have a museum inside. Just go and visit that. You will not have time to visit the other places, he says. That's absolutely correct. There's so much to discover inside that literally one life will not be sufficient, maybe, unless the Guru himself drags us and puts us somewhere at some point. From yesterday's class, there was a beautiful question. See, there are many lower chakras as well, right? And why are we focusing on the anahata? What qualifies us to go and sit in the anahata and perform the anahata sadhana or the meditation there? I have a crisp answer to this, but the very finding that we all are sitting here trying to look inward qualifies us. And it's the grace of the Guru. Otherwise, it would take n number of births to evolve from one chakra to the next chakra itself. I often wonder how Guru Garu has placed us here in the Anahata chakra. Probably he would have seen the evolution of the soul. And it is his grace which qualifies us to perform the sadhana in the Anahata chakra. So I'll be sharing the screen. Yes, we were here. I again start with my favorite slide. The lower chakras, below the Anahata chakra, we have the Manipura, Svadhisthana, and Mooladhara. Not to be forgotten is the Kalpa Vriksham, wherein a single desire is sufficient for a yogi to come back and take a birth. And we have seen that each chakra or the energy center has number of petals, right? The Mooladhara has 4, Svadhisthana has 6, Manipura has 10, Anahata has 12, 16 in Vishuddhi, 2 in Ajna, and 1000 in Sahasrara. And each petal signifies a particular aspect in us. So when we say that, and to be remembered is, all these flower-like energy centers are not usually open. They are not bloomed. They are looking downwards. They are just blocked and they're looking downwards. They don't have any energy to open up or bloom. So the very sadhana that we are doing will help us in activating these chakras or the energy centers. This we have seen yesterday. The whole chakra system is like a string or a garland of flowers hung from the top to bottom, from the Sahasrara to Mooladhara. When the divine grace flows through us, it flows from the top chakra to the Mooladhara. The grace is usually, that is why we look upwards into the skies for grace. Divine grace always flows from the top chakra to the bottom. As a seeker, when we are trying to evolve consciously, we try to evolve from the lower chakras to the upper chakras. I mean, from the Mooladhara upwards. A seeker always, the travel of a seeker is always from the lower chakras to the topmost chakras. And the grace flows from the top to bottom. And we have also seen that this is a meeting point. Anahata is a meeting point where the grace, the divine grace, and the intense craving of the sadhak both meet here in the Anahata. And we can feel that craving, still we have the desire for moksha. Guru Garu says, Chaturvidya Purusharthalu, they say. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. He says, okay, all the other three are already taken care of. They will be taken care of. Don't worry. Ask for the fourth Purushartha, he said, which is the moksha. Moksha looks like a very scriptural word. But see, on the other side of it, it is just removing the blockages. That's all. That is moksha. In the simplest terms, getting over all the blockages or those which are restricting us from evolving further. That is moksha. To understand it very simply. So the desire or the desireless desire he refers to it as is moksha. We have to ask for it, he says. You ask and take it, he says. Because any sankalpa, we think that only the sankalpa of a guru manifests, the sankalpa of a devata manifests. But they're so kind that their grace is flowing through us. And so any sankalpa we make will materialize. Is the blessing we all share. So ask for the fourth Purushartha, moksham. So you ask and I will facilitate your travel, he says. The travel is upward. The travel of the seeker is from a lower level to a higher level. Basically, the lower chakras reflect the animal nature in us. The human nature we can see here. Probably Guru Garu is presuming that we are all humans by now, at least. We are reflecting the human qualities. Maybe he has facilitated this Anahata Vidya or the Moksha Vidya, the Atma Vidya for us. And when you are in the upper chakras, the divinity in you is reflected. At the Sahasrara, we are one with the divine. We become the divine. They say it is a samadhi state, sama adi. All the other things, there is balance. There is also, they say, nirvikalpa samadhi. There are no kalpas, nothing. You are just there. So the effortless effort, he also says, the desireless desire. It's very difficult to understand Guru Garu sometimes. So to attain a state of samadhi, one has to evolve through the chakras, rise above the basic instincts, the instinctive, the impulsive nature, reach a state where we are kind, we become love. And beyond that, understand wisdom that is necessary for us to attain moksha or attain liberation. Liberation here, it means rising above all these blockages and becoming one with the universe, universal consciousness. We have also seen that the basic alphabet we use, the Sanskrit alphabet, reflects in most of the Indian languages. So these are the bija aksharas, seed syllables we call. Each is a bija akshara. Bijam is a seed. See, once that's what Guru Garu does to most of us, He puts in that seed. And that seed sprouts into a big tree. We don't know. Suddenly it becomes a big tree without our knowledge. What is that seed he has sown in us? The craving or the intense desire for moksha is the seed he would have sown in us. That is making us sit through these sessions effortlessly. So each akshara is called a bija akshara. A is a bija by itself. When it is sown in a particular region, say we have seen that Vishuddha has all these A to Aha. When that bija is sown there, when it is activated, a particular dimension or aspect of us will come into picture. So when these bija aksharas, when some of these are made into a garland, that is called a bija mantra. So in a particular way, say, our name has some syllables, right? Say, let us take Ashok because it's the smallest name, the shortest name maybe. A-S-H-O-K, okay? A is a syllable, S is a syllable, so on. And when these syllables are put together, the name Ashok has come. And when we call Ashok, that particular person responds to us, right? He's identified with that. In the same way, when a bija mantra is made into a garland from all these letters, a particular devata comes. When we recite these syllables in a particular way, that particular mantra will invoke a particular devata. Devatas are none other than the functionaries. See, in a simple office, we have so many functionaries at different levels, right? For such a big universe to happen, we definitely need functionaries who would be blessing us with their divine qualities. So our ancient sages have seen these bija mantras in their tapas. They were not formulated or coined. They could see that. They could see a particular mantra. When they were vibrating at a particular frequency, they could see a mantra there. And that immediately could give them the vision of the devata or the darshan of the devata. And immediately they could get the qualities of that particular devata. So this is a very organized way of invoking divine qualities into us. I'm not going into that subject. Again, mantra sadhana is a separate area. Tantra sadhana is a different area. Yantram, mantram, tantram, and yantram are used to invoke the divine into us. So for this, this level of understanding, these are the bija aksharas, or the energy syllables. Each has energy in it. See, we say light travels in photons, small packets of light energy, they say photons. So these are packed energy syllables. Each akshara has some energy in it. And the greatest of all bija aksharas is OMkara. And that is why Guru Garu didn't give us the trouble of having to recite all, chant all these aksharas and take the trouble. He said, just go with OMkara, just flow with it. But still, since there is interest among us, there is a lot of interest about the subject, I'm trying to share a little of whatever I know. So we have seen the Agnya Chakra, Ham and Sham. At this level, the Ahamkaram, Mamakaram, attachment, they go away. We are freed of this I-ness, me, I, me, and the Mamakaram, the attachments we have to ourselves and to the others around us. They vanish. So this is the highest level of evolution in this body, beyond which we qualify to become one with the universe. Yes, Parmeshwaran sir. If one of the letters is missing, please fill it up. Please fill it up. Since we all know the alphabet, right? Agnya Chakra. This is the Vishuddhi. And if you carefully observe, there is an Omkara in the middle. So Omkara, what does this represent? This represents the Bijakshara or Bija Mantra, because Om has 3 letters in it, 3 syllables in it. A, U, M. We have 3 syllables in it. So this Bija Mantra will activate the Agnya Chakra. So that is the meaning of it. To activate the Agnya Chakra, we have to use the mantra, Bija mantra, Om. And here, Hum, Vishuddhi. When you keep chanting Hum, 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 this chakra gets activated. All the qualities of this chakra will bloom in us. So, see, when we offer the prayers or when we do the puja, we say Lam Prudhi Atmane Gandham Samarpayame, Yam Akashatmane. Like that, we offer our, we invoke the 5 elements in us. So here in the Anahata, see, Hum. Hum is the Akashatmane Pushpam Pujayami, we say. We are invoking the ether in us, the space element in us, and we are offering that to the divine. See, everything is here. We don't have to bring flowers and offer to the deity. We are offering the space as Pushpam. When we chant the mantra Pushpam, mantras are offered as Pushpas or flowers. These are the offerings to the divine. So to activate the Vishuddhi, Hum is the Bija Akshara. If it is a single syllable, we call it an Akshara. When it consists of more than 2, we call it a mantra. Hum. There is also this Ma, right? So this is the Bija mantra for activating the Vishuddhi. So we can relate to now the regions. We have seen the Kshetras, Agnya Kshetra, Visuddhi Kshetra, the region, Anahata Kshetra, the region of the heart. So by observing ourselves, we know where the biggest issue lies. Then if we have to activate that particular, or when we have to get rid of some issues in that region, we chant that particular mantra. Anahata. So by Yam Vaivatmane Dhupam Samarpayami, the incense, that is how we offer. So Yam. To be more specific, we have seen yesterday that each Akshara helps us in evolving through a certain aspect of us, a quality, we can say. Yam as a whole, it activates the whole chakra. The whole chakra can be activated by chanting Yam. The Bija mantra, Yam. So, why Guru Garu has put us in this Anahata chakra? It is the center where all the worldly desires, with the outer knowledge, we would have spent significant time in learning the worldly knowledge or understanding the world, right? But there was a point of time, maybe after I've done my PhD in civil engineering. At some point, I was feeling like, there is a void inside. A sense like there was some, a feeling where I would feel that I do not know anything. I mean it. I mean it. I was feeling as if I didn't know anything at all. Maybe that is the starting point for going in an inward direction. That helped me in starting my inward journey. So this is a region where the outer knowledge begins to fade. That qualifies our sadhana in the Anahata chakra. Manipura chakra. We say Ram Agne Atmane Deepam Darshayam. So Agni, the fire in us, the Jataragni, we say. In the abdomen or the stomach, there is the Agni, Jataragni, the fire which helps us digest the food. That Agni, we are submitting, offering to the divine as Deepam. So Ram activates the Manipura chakra. Ram is the Bija mantra for Manipura chakra. So any intestinal related issues or the digestion related issues. So if we have to assimilate or if we have to digest something, accept something, acceptance comes from this region. So this chakra manifests on the physical level as some disease or at the mental level as a block, like, we cannot retain something, we cannot digest something, we cannot accept something, things like that on the mental plane. So there are repercussions both on the physical plane, on the mental plane. Either it could be in excess or it could be running low. It could be high, or any chakra, the energy of the chakra could be very high, wherein, that person behaves eccentrically on the other end, either in a low way or in a extremely high way. That is the reason why we have to balance any chakra. Sometimes as we do this sadhana, the energy may get more and more accumulated in that region. So it strengthens us beyond the limit. Then we have to do some balancing of the chakras also. We have to keenly observe ourselves and see that the energy in that particular region is just sufficient for us to survive. That's all. Not beyond that. It should neither be more or less, nor less. So, Vam, Swadhisthana chakra. Vam is the Bija mantra for Swadhisthana chakra. Vam. Amrutatmane Amrutam Samarpayami. This is the water element we are offering to the divine, the water in us. The 5 elements are offered to the divine. So what is offering actually? So I'm giving you back whatever you have given me. I'm giving you back is the sense of an offering. Vam is the Mula mantram for Swadhisthana chakra. Any issues related to the region of procreation, Vam could be used. Lam. Lam is the lowest chakra, we say. Lowest in the sense that we are still rooted with many insecurities. We are not grounded. You don't get that sense of groundedness. Then we offer this Prithvi Tattvam in us as Gandham, the scent, the scent or the fragrance of Prithvi Tattva, the earth element, is offered to the divine. Lam Prithvi Atmane Gandham Samarpayami. So there is this understanding that whatever is there in the macrocosm outside, there are the 5 elements outside. There is the space, there is the air or vayu, there is the water element, there is the earth element, there is 5. Whatever is there outside is there within me. Thank you for making me in this form with those 5 elements. And I'm offering those 5 elements to you because I don't have anything else. I have only these to offer. So these are some of the Bija mantras which we can chant to energize those chakras. And a minimum of 108 times is necessary when we sit in a session. One mala we say. The beads, they are 108. When I was traveling in the US, one of the Uber driver, he saw my bindi and he asked me, "Oh, good to have you here," he said. And then he asked me, "Why do we do 108 times?" Then I said, "I'll tell you whatever little I know." And then there are so many marma points in our body. There are so many marma points, they say, important energy points in the body. They are the most important energy points are called as the marma sthanas or marma points. They are 108 in number. And the distance from the earth to moon is 108 times the diameter of the moon, they say. And the distance from Earth to Sun is 108 times the diameter of the Sun. So things like 108 finds a very important number in our lives. In most importantly, with respect to spiritual sadhana, it is not just like that. By chanting once, you are activating one marma center in your body. So somehow I could tell him that, and I could save the image of India because they would be looking at us like as very knowledgeable. Indians are very knowledgeable and things like that. So somehow I could explain to him. And here, see, when we say chakras, not physically, they are not to be, though it is important to imagine them as a flower with so and so petals. See, it deals, the lowest chakra deals with survival. There is always an insecurity there. Always, how much ever we may have in terms of the material possessions, there is still this survival insecurity or the fear of survival. It is blocked by fear. So by observing ourselves, because we won't like somebody else to tell this is your problem. And that is why we have to observe the repetitive thoughts that are coming to us. We can place them in one of these regions, one of these areas. So if the recurrent thoughts are related to pleasures, and we resort to, we exhibit a pleasure-seeking nature, and obviously there is a counter mechanism going on inside. There is a sense of guilt. Though we may try to do all these without the knowledge of somebody else, secretively, there is this counter mechanism going on inside, which is a feeling of guilt, right? So, and the Manipura chakra. So that stands, when one has a balanced Manipura chakra, they have good willpower, a sense of being able to do things with will. And when it is more, when the chakra has more energy, it could present the person as one with that of overconfidence or that pushy nature and all. And when there is a block, the sense of shame inside, something which is holding us back. A sense of shame or feeling low could block this chakra, is what it means. And in the Anahata chakra, a person becomes extremely compassionate, loving, kind, generous. So as we are doing our sadhana in this Anahata chakra, in case we are grieving, so what is grief here? A sense of loss. Somebody has passed away. And then, though outwardly people may not know what is happening to you, we perform at, like, the speech is at 4 stages, they say. Para, Paschanti, Madhyama, Vaikhari, they say. Para is where, as it manifests as a speech, it is happening at 4 different stages behind this. Behind my speech, there are 3 other stages wherein the thought starts. Para, Paschanti, Madhyama, Vaikhari, they say, 4 stages. At the para stage is the grassroots level where the seed or that very thought that I have to talk starts. And then there is an imagination. And there is a coining of all the words to express. The expression is being coined there. And then we speak out. So at these 4 levels, why am I mentioning this? At these 4 stages, we are vibrating, right? At the Vaikhari stage, when I'm expressing, I'm vibrating in this physical world. My vibration is reaching this physical arena. But even behind that, at the thought stage, at the thought where the mind says, you start. And from that point itself, we are vibrating. So, the vibration at the subtlest level, at the thought level, at the imagination level, at the coin of expression level, and the manifestation. At these 4 stages, we are vibrating. And these vibrations, the spectrum of this vibration is very huge. It could be from -infinity to +infinity. So all this process, during this process, see, for every thought or behind every word, there is so much. Every syllable, there is so much. So we are leaving this footprint here in this world, in this universe. All this vibration is deposited here. So that is why we should not grieve. So this is where we were talking about the Kathopanishad, overcoming the fear of death, overcoming all that negative sensations and all. Mostly the biggest fear being the fear of death. We should not grieve, because just as we talk about the carbon footprint, we leave this vibrational footprint in this universe, which again impacts us. And Vishuddhi. They say that only a yogi can cross this Vishuddhi chakra. That is why people, we can refer to some sages, Satyavrata. That means he would take a vow that he would not lie throughout his life. That is called a Satyavrata. So when there is something we hold back, we do not want to say it out, that is a big block. That will not allow us to go beyond that, beyond this. For fear of many repercussions, we just hold it back. So this is a big block for us. So this deals with Agnya Chakra, deals with intuition, insight, all the mind-related qualities, the wisdom. Again, illusion. Illusion is something which is not. When we travel very far, that we hallucinate, that is the other side of the spectrum again. So something which is true and which is not true. So when blocked by ego and attachment, you cannot cross the Sahasrara. This is the ultimate stage one is looking for. There is a Praveen, how to cure a particular part of a body using the Bijaksharas. Just repeat the Bijakshara 108 times. That's all. If you're focusing on the Manipura region, just the navel region, put your, have your awareness at the Manipura chakra, and it is an inner chant. It's not an outward chant, because when it's an outward chant, the mouth is repeating and the mind and intellect are thinking about something else. So the inner chant, as Parameshwaran sir was at one point saying, a japa to japa. Japa, the mind and intellect have to do the japa. So the inner facilities will do the japa on the energy center. No, not any other mantra. It is just drum. Unless you have the mantra diksha of a particular devata, that is again separate. So for doing the mantra japa of a particular devata, there is again a process. The nyasam and all, we invoke the devata into all the parts of the body and then do the mantra sadhana. There is a process for that. And please don't do any mantra japa without getting initiated from a guru who himself would have done the mantra for lakhs of times. Akshara japam, they say. If a mantra has 8 bija aksharas, they would do it 8 lakh times. That followed by Tarpanam and Homam. That's again a different process. So Praveen, don't get confused with doing the mantra sadhana in this area. The mantra sadhana will be taught to you by your guru, who himself is adept with all the procedures. For now, for our understanding of within the limitations of this session, it is just repeating that bija mantra, which is Ram, because there are 2 syllables, so that qualifies to be a mantra. And so whichever region you're trying to, kshetra you're trying to energize, you can choose that bijam, Ram. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, Bhuvana, I got you. But I'm not going into the Anahata Sadhana, which is taught as like, Akara, Ukara, Makaram, Para, Paschanti, Madhyama, Vaikhari with respect to the Omkara chanting. Since we are not doing the outward Omkara chanting, I'm not going into this areas. Thanks, Bhuvana. I think I'll stop here. Anybody else would like to interact?
Actually, madam, one question, not a question, but you see, when you mentioned about flowers, yes, you said that there is no need for offering flowers to goddess or gods, or because it's already been inbuilt in that one. So then why even the so-called gurus and so-called masters, still I have seen that they are offering flowers to the gods and goddesses while they are actually doing the puja. So why is that contradiction?
Just symbolic. It is just symbolic. It's for all of us. It's not for them. It's not for the guru, It is for us that they're offering, because that is where we can relate to. You cannot relate to something which is beyond that. It's difficult for normal people. When they do an outwardly offering, it is for us. It is not for the guru, right? Because he's above all that. It's only for us to relate, to help us to relate to certain things, they do that. And when you are above that, they would be constantly in touch with the divine, We cannot assess their state. We cannot assess their state. Whatever they are doing outwardly is only to help us reach their stage. That's all. It's not that they do not know that.
I am not questioning that what they are.
Yeah, I got you.
Why do they offer? That's my just.
It's because we give whatever we have. There are some customs where I've seen it where Vietnam, Indonesia, I think. Indonesia, they offer this beer and they offer this meat to the god. People, they give whatever they have. That's the level of their understanding. That's all. Now over to Parmeshwaran, sir. Thanks, Ashok.
Namaste, everyone. To Ashok's my understanding, see, it is for dharana, I can say, simplest way to go in. Suddenly, we have not reached that level. Yes, masters are different. They are also doing for us. Those who taking along, Guru takes us along, holding the hands.
Sir, you are frozen. Okay. Masters, as you practice, can we just go and practice like the 5 cycles of Anulom Vilom, and then I can start the Omkaram chanting. So we can go from there, as the Parameshan sir is maybe his connection is bad or something. So let us just practice that 5 cycles, and then within the next 3 minutes, I'm going to start the Omkaram.
Namaste. I think I lost power. Internet connection gone. Can you hear?
Yeah, permission, sir. We can hear, and I just
you
asked
can.
to do the
We'll go
Anulom
for-
Vilom, but they are doing it.
Yeah, pranayama straight away.
Yeah. We are going through that pranayama cycles, and once it is done in the next 1-2 minutes, then I'll start the Omkaram permission, sir.
Yeah, and take deep breaths. Let go all the tension, stress from every part of the body. Om Ham Akashatmane Pushpani Samarpayami. Om Yam Vayuatmane Dhupam Aghrabayami. Om Ram Agnyatmane Deepam Darshayami. Om Vam Amridatmane Amridam Maha Nevedyam Nevedayami. Lam Prithvyatmane Gandham Samarpayami. Sam Sarvatmane Samastopachara Puja Manasa Samarpayami. Let's go for Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. Closing the right, starting from the left at your own pace.
Masters, please complete your last cycle. Slowly. OMkaram Day27. Masters, once I start, yeah, please visualize yourself, and then you are going to become like an inchman, and where you are going to start your journey from your Muladhara Chakra to Sahasrara, and then from Sahasrara to your Anahata, and you settle there and start chanting, listening to the OMkaram, and do your meditation. Thank you.
Thank